Hello everyone, welcome to Career Launcher, and in this session we are going to talk about CLAT 2026, and this is a series of previous year questions, and this is part 4. So if you haven't seen the previous parts, I would say that go and watch those sessions. Now let's start. So which is the first set that we are going to pick, that we are going to see? So, as you already know, that test series of CL is live, and this has been always closest to the actual exam. And there are 48 All India mocks, in-depth performance analysis, and solution of every mock. Hello, Kartikeya. How are you? All good? So, let's see this question. Let's solve. Let's understand what this set is trying to say. So, what does it say? So, it says a survey is Kartikeya, I'm also very good. So now it says there is a survey and they're conducted in college out of a total students that is 3,000. Okay. Out of that, 1,700 are girls, 1,300 were boys. Data recalled regarding the students opting for various streams, non-medical, medical, commerce, arts, fine arts, and all those things are given. Okay. So total number of students are this, total number of girls are this, total number of boys are this. So these are important terms that we are going to use. Now there are streams given. Now the question is talking about the gender. So and the question is talking about streams, right? So everything we are going to talk about. So in this, basically we are going to solve by calculating how many students are in medical, non-medical, how many boys are there, how many girls are there, right? So after reading first 3 lines, 4 lines, I get that idea, right? Now after this, what is the next thing you are going to do? After reading first 3 lines or 4 lines, what is the next thing you are going to do? That's what I'm asking. Hmm. Before picking up your paper and pen, before making a table, the first thing that you are supposed to do is to go and read the questions. The question is talking about the ratio among boys and girls for non-medical. That is one question. Which of the following course has been opted by minimum number of boys? Okay. How many girls have opted non-medical? How many courses have been opted by maximum number of boys? Okay. And girls have outnumbered boys in fine arts. How many girls in fine arts uh, are more than uh, boys as a percentage of total number of boys in fine arts? Good evening, Chandralekha. So after reading this, now tell me which questions you are going to do first. If I am going to solve question number 3, I will be getting answer for question number 1 as well, right? So I am going to start. Now what does it say? So whenever you solve any set, I would say read the questions 1, 3, and 5. Okay, very nice, Kartike. That's a very good choice of questions. And these 3 questions I am going to solve very quickly. So I am talking about boys, then we have girls, and for rest we might take some time. I don't feel like it is going to be difficult. This is total, but I think couple of questions look very straightforward. Now, what are the streams we have? We have non-medical. Then what do we have? We have medical. Then we have commerce. Then we have arts. Then we have fine arts. And again, we have total. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes, solve and get the answer. So, whichever questions you have picked, solve those questions and tell me the answers. I got the answer of couple of questions. Question number one. So first of all, what first point is saying? The first point is saying that 25% of the enrolled students opted for non-medical. So what is 25% of 3,000? That is 750. Okay. And the percentage of girls in non-medical is 30% of total number of girls. So 30% of what? 30% of 1700. That is 510. So out of 720, 750, 510 are girls. So how many boys are there? That is going to be 240, right? Now I'm going to read about fine arts. So it says 19% of the total students opted for fine arts. So 19% of 3000 is going to be 570. And fine arts, there are 20% of the total girls. So total girls are what? 340. So how many boys are there? 230. This is what we have, right? Now I am solving only this much. Now look at the question number one. The ratio among the boys and girls in non-medical. I have already figured that out. That is 240 is to 510. 8 is to 70. Got the answer. How many girls have opted for non-medical? 510. Got the answer. So two questions I got very quickly. Now I am going to read one more question. Girls have outnumbered the boys in fine arts, right? So in fine arts, how many girls are there? 340. How many boys are there? 210. Now girls are what percentage more than boys? So that is going to be, sorry, it is 230. So 110 girls are more than boys out of what? After then, as a percentage of total boys. So divide by 230 into 100. So what is 40? What is 10% of 230? That is going to be 23, right? So what is 40%? That is 92. What is 50%? That is going to be 115. So 110 is going to be little lesser than 50%. Which option? 47.82. It can't be 49%. Got it? Because it is as good as 50%. So I got three answers very quickly in less than 3 minutes. Understood what is the approach we are going to take in these kind of questions, and how I am going to build the approach. To build the approach, I have to read the questions first. Understood? Yes, no? Now, if I look at question number two and question number three, question number two and question number four, these two questions are telling me, right? These two questions are telling me I need to calculate the whole data, because question number two is which of the following courses have been opted by minimum number of boys. So I need to have all the boys. Next question is what is which of the following courses has been opted by maximum number of boys. Again, I need to find out all the boys, right? So I have to make the whole fill the whole table, then only I can get the answer of question number two and question number four. So if I have time, I'll solve these questions, and if I don't have time, I'll leave them. And both of in the single arrangement, I'm going to get both the answers. Now the next one, 15% of the total students opted for medical. So 15% is 450, and 18% of the total number of girls opted for medical. So that is going to be what? 306. So it is going to be 144. So medical is done. 25% of total number of students opted for arts. 25% is 750, that is for arts. Okay. But the percentage of girls who opted for arts is 15%. So 15% is going to be what? That is 255. So it is going to be what? 495. Okay. Now the next one, commerce, 16% of total students, that is 480, opted for this, and 17% of girls, that is 289. So it is going to be what? 191. So which department has highest number of boys? That is arts. Which department says lowest number of boys? That is medical. So highest number of, oh, minimum number of boys and maximum number of boys. So maximum number of boys is arts and minimum number of boys is medical. Got the answer. Understood? Yes, no? Everyone is clear? Just read the questions, figure out which one you are going to solve first, and you are going to get the answers very quickly. In the next set, I am not solving it, I am just telling you how to do it. Just read what question is talking about, and then I'll show you the questions, and then figure out. Just have a brief idea what this table is talking about. An Indian company, Gurgaon, engaged manufacturing. Okay, so manufacturing is there. The goods manufactured by company are sold in Indian markets and exported to Europe. Okay, there are five products PQRST. Total production is 3,000 tons. Turnover is given. So basically, the question is talking about there are five companies. Turnover. There is some turnover. There is some production, and that's it. Everything else that is given to us is going to be relate company to revenue and turnover. Now read this one. Now, which one you are going to solve first? Hmm. So what are the questions that you are going to pick first? Okay, 7 and 8. Okay, very nice. That is Kartikeya's choice. Chandralekha, what's yours? 7. Okay. Okay. Do you know what is revenue? Revenue is defined as selling price. There are two things. When a company produce something, so to produce something, company spends a lot of money, right? That money is called as expenditure, right? And that expenditure is cost because company is paying that from its own pocket. So you can assume that expenditure is cost. Now, what is revenue? Revenue is how much money company is getting in return of that product. So that is actually total selling price. Now, I think question number 6 is the easiest one. You don't have to do anything. What is the average selling price per ton? So basically, you are selling 50 million, your revenue is 50 million, you are selling 3,000 ton, right? So that is already given to us, right? And everything is given in 5 digits, so you don't need to worry about how many zeros you are taking. Don't convert million into rupees. Just put a random number of zeros, you will get the answer. So this is going to be 16 something, right? So that is directly going to be option D. Got it? Yes, no? Question number 6, I think it shouldn't be missed because for question number 6, there is no calculation. Clear? Okay. Now solve. 1 million equal to 10 lakhs. But to solve the questions, you don't need to worry about number of zeros. Okay, very nice, Kartikeya. For company P, the total production is 21%. That is 21% of 3000. That comes out to be 630. Revenue is 18%. 18% of what? 50. So that is going to be 9. For Q, production is 16%. 16% of 3000. That is 480. And revenue is 17%. 17% of 50. That is 8.5. For R, production is 18% of total. So 18% of 3000 is 540. And revenue is 20% of this, that is 10. Okay. If I talk about S is producing 20%. 20% of 3000 is 600. And 25% of turnover, that is 12.5. And what is the next one? T accounts for 25% of the production. 25% is going to be 750 and 20% is 10. Okay. So the table is filled. Now the question number next one. What percent of turnover, what percentage of turnover R has turnover over T? So R's turnover is 10, T's turnover is 10. So what is R percent is of T? That is going to be 100%. That's it. Both values are same. So 100%. Right. Okay. Now I think question number 8, 9 are same. Now, what is the percentage of profit earned from the sale of R if the expenditure incurred is 15,000? Okay, expenditure means cost is given. For R, it is 540. Okay, 540 and 10. Okay, the production is 540. This is 15,000. Right, so I can so basically 0 0, I am not counting anything, and it is 10 million. Okay, this is going to be what? That is going to be 8.1. 8.1 million. It is 10 million. Okay. What is the profit amount? That is 1.9. 20% of this is 1.6. 25% is 2. So this value is greater than 20% and less than 25%. That is option B. That's it. This is the cost, this is the sale, because I am calculating expenditure. Expenditure is cost, this is cost, this is sale. That's it. Got the answer. Clear? Okay, very nice. If I look at ninth one, so in ninth, it is talking about T. T is 750 tons. The price is 20,000 and selling price is 10 million. Okay, so that comes out to be 15. So cost is 15 million, selling is 10 million. So is it a profit or a loss? That is loss because cost is higher. So how much loss? That is 5 million. Okay, so Kartikeya, what happened? the total cost is going to be, it is 15,000 per ton and total production is 540 tons. So what is the total cost? That is 540 into 15,000, that is 8.1 million, right? So 540 into 15 is going to be 8.1 million. Now, this is total expenditure, and expenditure is what? Cost. What is the selling price? That is 10 million. 10 million is your revenue. Revenue means cost. Okay, so what is the profit amount? 1.9 million. So profit is 1.9. Okay, so I am simply calculating 20% of 8. 20% of 8 is 1/5 of 8. 1/5 of 8 is going to be 1.6. And what is 25%? That is 2. So it means this value should be greater than 20% and smaller than 25%. That is option B. Make sense? Now the next one, which product has highest selling price per ton? So that should be very clear. What I am doing, I am simply doing 9 upon 6. I am not taking last two digits. 9 upon 6, that is 1.5. 8.5 divided by 5. 480 is closer to 500, so 8.5 divided by 5. This becomes 1.7. 10 upon 5, 5, so it is definitely less than 2. 1.8, 1.8ish something. 12.5 divided by 6. This value is greater than 2. 10 upon 7.5, that is going to be close to 7.5 or 7. That is going to be close to 1.3, 1.4. So now, which value is the largest one? That is going to be S. Is it or is it not? Total revenue divided by total quantity. So actually, to convert the value into actually million and write down a lot of zeros, you can simply do approximation and get the answer. Because every value on the right hand side or in the right column is in millions and all the values are in hundreds. So instead of hundreds, take the first place only, round it off. So that is going to be highest selling price is going to be what? That is going to be S. That is clearly visible to us. Understood? Was it too difficult to solve in 7 to 8 minutes? Yes, no? ये 8 मिनट का सेट है कि नहीं है? So basically, if you know how to approximate, you can get the answers very quickly. If you don't know how to approximate, you are going to take a lot of time. That's what. So as you already know that we have a session planner: Monday legal, Tuesday QT, Thursday English, and Friday LR. And with this, let's conclude this session. Thank you. I'll see you next week. Till then, take care. Bye bye.